Okay, let's talk about one of the oldest and, let's be honest, slowest industries on the entire planet, real estate. For centuries, it's been pretty much stuck in its ways. But right now, technology is stepping in and completely rewriting the rules from the ground up.
Just think about this for a second. You're about to make probably the biggest purchase of your life, a new home. But what if that whole experience was just different? What if you could buy it?
I mean it. No more weekends wasted driving all over town, walking through endless open houses. What if you could tour your absolute dream home in stunning detail right from your couch?
And get this, what if you could just cut out the middleman entirely? No more paying those hefty commissions, no more high-pressure sales pitches, just the info you need exactly when you need it.
And oh, the paperwork, the mountains of it. Imagine a world where you don't have to sign 100 different pages until your hand feels like it's gonna fall off. A world where the whole thing is simple, digital, and totally secure. Now this might sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, but I promise you it is not. This is happening right now. It's a full-blown revolution, and it's using code to rebuild the very foundation of real estate. And this revolution has a name: PropTech. It's as simple as it sounds: property plus technology. Think about what fintech did for banking. It made it mobile, instant, right? Well, PropTech is doing that exact same thing, but for buildings, for land, and for our homes. So you might be asking, why was this change so badly needed? Well, to really get how amazing the solution is, we first have to understand just how broken the old system really was. So let's look at the big problems that have been plaguing real estate for decades. The traditional real estate industry was, well, a clunky and super inefficient machine. It was clogged up with all these middlemen, and every single one was taking a cut. Pricing was basically a mystery, which left buyers feeling confused and taken advantage of. The deals themselves moved at a snail's pace, buried under all that paperwork. And maybe the worst part of all, investing in valuable property was like a private club, reserved only for the super rich. So into this slow, complicated, and exclusive world, a whole new generation of startups appeared. They looked at all these problems and they asked a really simple question. Hey, what if real estate worked more like Amazon or Uber? And that single question, well, it sparked the PropTech revolution. So the first big change was moving from just guesswork to actual science. Before, a property's price was based on a broker's gut feeling. Now, AI models are analyzing thousands of data points, everything from past sales to satellite images, to give you a super precise, data-driven valuation in seconds. This gets rid of the overpricing and puts the power right back where it belongs, with you, the buyer. And what about actually closing the deal? Those stacks of paper and all the endless visits to lawyers that used to take weeks, sometimes months, are just disappearing. Thanks to things like e-signatures and instant online verification, some deals can now be wrapped up in just a matter of days. But PropTech doesn't just stop once the sale is made. For landlords, the real headache can start after they buy. But now, smart property management apps are automating everything from collecting rent to handling maintenance requests. It turns the chaotic job of being a landlord into a simple dashboard on your phone. You end up managing your assets, not your problems. But maybe the single most powerful change of all is how PropTech is changing who gets to be a real estate investor. This next idea is truly making the market open for everyone. The whole concept is just brilliantly simple. I mean, if you can buy a tiny piece of a huge company on the stock market, why shouldn't you be able to buy a tiny piece of a building? This is called fractional ownership, and it works just like a mutual fund, but for property. And here is the absolute game changer. An investment that used to require millions of dollars is now available for a tiny fraction of that cost. For as little as 10,000 rupees, you can own a piece of a prime commercial building and start earning rental income. This completely redefines who gets to be a real estate investor. It's a whole new world. Okay, so these companies are obviously changing the game. But how are they actually making money? Let's take a quick look at the business models that are driving this new real estate landscape. You see, PropTech companies are not just digital brokers. They have all these different ways of making money. Sure, they earn from transaction commissions, but they also have subscriptions for their management tools. They sell really sophisticated software, what we call SaaS, to big developers to help them run their projects. And they charge small fees for managing those fractional ownership assets we were just talking about. This kind of scalable model lets them grow incredibly fast. With all this incredible innovation happening, where does real estate go from here? Let's look at some of the challenges that are still ahead and what the ultimate vision for the future of property looks like. Of course, the road ahead isn't perfectly smooth. PropTech companies still face some major challenges, from dealing with complex government regulations to just building trust in a market that's, traditionally very slow to change. And like any real estate business, they have to be able to ride the waves of economic cycles. But even with these hurdles, the change feels unstoppable. The ultimate goal here, the big dream, is to create a future where real estate is seamless, it's transparent, and it's accessible to literally everyone. A future where buying a home or investing in property feels as simple and as normal as ordering a pizza on your phone. This quote just perfectly captures the huge shift that's happened. It's not just about the physical land itself holding all the value anymore. Today, the data about that land, the trends, the pricing models, the demand, that is the new gold. The world is just full of these complex industries that are being completely transformed by new ideas. So, what industry should we break down for you next? Let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks for tuning in.